That's it. It just depends on your definition of what a pedophile is to you, bro.
What's your definition of a pedophile?
Yeah, we're just
Why does my definition matter when it doesn't matter legally? Why do you care what I think all of a sudden?
Because you put your opinion out there.
You guys want logic.
You put your opinion out there. Just answer the question.
Because no. It's like you want to know what I specifically
answer
want
the question
at one specific time. And then it's like, wait, no. Let's separate from Mason. What do you think about this, Jeff?
Wait, easier question.
Wherever you want.
Easier question. Can children consent? Bro.
That's like a philosophical question.
Wow.
No, listen. Listen. I didn't say my answer. You didn't even let me answer.
Can
so this depends on what level you want. Like legally, under the law of the United States, children cannot consent. If you want me to say that to you,
in your opinion, can a 12-year-old girl ever consent to sex?
Okay. See, now you're being precise. Listen, if you guys hold on, if you guys think so I have to say all of Islam is terrible. So call out Islam, Dean. Where are you at?
I will happily give you my thoughts on the Quran and Aisha Hadith after you answer the question.
But see, that's an argument also of consent and when consent is.
Sure.
If you want to try to grill me, you have to hold to your position. Go ahead. Then why? So how come Islam isn't bad then?
So I actually consent. Okay. I'll answer this first, and then I'm going to ask the question again.
So that's why I'm saying it's context dependent.
I'm going to answer
every specific, every single specific incident throughout all of history.
Context,
come on, bro.
Buddy, listen, just answer the question.
Buddy me.
Stop flailing.
Buddy you, bro.
Stop flailing.
You're literally not even thinking, bro.
Can 12-year-old girls consent to sex?
That's not what I'm trying to argue. Philosophically,
yes or no?
You are asking something that I'm going to get seen a certain way. What I'm trying to say, there's something beyond what you're. No, bro.
Girls
I'm not going to hot button topic is who you voted for, Trump or Kamala.
Neither.
Can a 12-year-old consent is not a hot button topic.
He's turning it into a hot button topic, bro. What I'm textually in this world. I'm not going to answer the question. I don't know the incident.
Okay, so is there any context to where Mason's 10-year-old sister can consent to sex?
All right, I'm not going to shit on a whole different faith.
Is there any context that Mason's 10-year-old sister can?
If I say all of Islam, I can't say that. I don't know.
That's Islamophobic. But listen,
it's not Islamophobic.
Wait, I just want to clarify. Let's just focus,
bro.
Let's just focus on the facts. Let's just focus on the facts.
You love using.
As it stands, okay.
Buzzwords,
regardless if you think of it shits on all of Islam, okay, because that's not the topic right now. Is there a single?
Never was the topic, bro.
Okay, perfect. Is there a single context where a 10, 11, or 12-year-old girl could consent to sex? My answer is no. In all scenarios, there is never a context where a 10, 11, or 12-year-old girl can consent to sex. Can you say the same thing?
Well, that's good. That's great. I would like to say the same thing, but then, like I said, it would put me up against Islam's belief.
What is this shit? I don't even know.
You're a Christian, so what do you care about Islam's beliefs?
That's a good point.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm trying to
say... By calling Jesus Christ God, you are going against Islam's belief. What the fuck are you on about? What the fuck are you on about? You're making a fool out of yourself. You look
So wait, is Jesus God?
Me trying to get others to heaven will never make me.
Is Jesus God?
Nice try, Dean.
Is Jesus God, Jeff?
Well, I don't understand why you're asking these questions. Listen,
I'm asking a Christian.
I'm still standing by what I said.
Okay, here. Did Jesus die as a red?
Can I just say this? Listen, Dean is trying to do a mic drop, and it's like, oh, I'm trying to get you to say, well, obviously, as a lawyer and from the point of the law under United States law, yes, kids cannot consent. So that's my answer. But if you want me to talk about philosophically or conceptually, then maybe open up your brain. But you're unable to open up your brain. You're trying to just pin me down and say, oh, because he won't answer right away, he's morally indignant. And it's like, maybe I can take a few seconds.
What question can you answer?
Shut up. I want to be circumspect with my answer. I'm trying to be circumspect with every one of my answers.
Okay, did Jesus Christ die for our sins?
Yes, but where, like
okay,
I
so
said,
you're going against Islam.
These questions?
You're going against Islam. Because Islam clearly states that Jesus Christ did not die for our sins.
Yes, but I'm also respecting what others believe in, bro.
How are you respecting what they believe in when you believe? So you believe the Quran is false because you think that Jesus Christ died for our sins.
I believe the Quran is false, but that doesn't mean Islam is, or Muslims are irredeemable. That's not what I said.
But your whole thing earlier was you didn't want to say that 12-year-olds can consent because you don't want to go against Islam. Yet right here, right now, you just said that Jesus Christ died for our sins, which goes against Islam. So why can you say Jesus Christ died for our sins, but you don't want to say that a 12-year-old girl cannot consent to sex? That doesn't make any sense.
No, I literally just said it. Stop trying to trap me. I literally just said under law. No, shut up, dude. Literally just said under U.S. law. Under U.S. law, cortisol spike. Shit, I cortisol spike. Under U.S. law, 12-year-old girls cannot consent. That is my answer. Yes, 100%. But I'm saying philosophically and conceptually in other domains, if you try to open your brain, it's like, do they, can they? It's like certain things. If you said, can a kid consent to something else?
No, fair. Like in other cultures.
I'm talking about the word consent. The word consent. I'm saying consent. Apart from sex.
Do you personally think?
Holy shit.
Without the law, do you think?
Brother, let me finish.
Do you think a 12-year-old can consent?
I'm saying the word consent. Consent to different things, brother.
Okay, do you think a 12-year-old can consent to sex?
Okay, well, I didn't know you were talking about sex from the jump, and so that's why I paused, bro. But that's why I gave you my answer.
Do you think a 12-year-old can consent to sex?
Under U.S. law, no.
No. You personally, without U.S. law, do you think a 12-year-old can consent to sex? Let's say you were in the Philippines and you can have sex with a 12-year-old.
I'm not going to answer the question. No, I'm not going to try to seek out sex with a 12-year-old.
No, I'm not saying you're going to seek out it, but I'm saying if you're in the Philippines and you can have sex with a 12-year-old, would that be morally wrong? If it's legal over there, would that be morally wrong to you? Yes or no?
Why are you like, what's the point of spreading hate?
It's not
hate to say, hey, I would not have sex with a 12-year-old wherever I am in the world.
Certain acts are terribly, like, morally indignant. Like, you obviously don't want to be doing shit like that. I'm never going to do stuff like that myself, nor am I going to back up someone who's doing that specific stuff. But I'm going to, when I'm called to be there for someone, and I feel called to be here for someone, I can actually help them make a change, because I've recently had God come more into my life, then I'm going to do that. And I'm going to help my brother in Christ. I'm not going to be a loser who keeps on trying to push hot button narratives like you, Dean, because obviously I see that you can't change. Gideon, you have there's a possibility there with you that.
What do you want me to change? Can you tell me what you want?
That's not what I'm saying. You're pushing your narrative, but you're at least listening to me a little bit. Dean, you don't even give a shit what I say.
Why don't I get to push your narrative?
Because you're doing what you do for views, bro.
Why won't you? You're going to give Hulo, the fucking pedophile you're helping him, but not me?
I would love
You just said that I can't change.
No,
I'm irredeemable?
No, okay.
You just, and I quote, Dean, you can't change. Where's my fucking helping hand, bro?
I didn't say it. I said it.
Jesus
You're more likely the one to not change, brother.
Jeff, listen. Question. Have you ever watched child pornography?
You know why? When I was 12 years old, listen to this. This is my actual story. And this is why I have an app built to help men stop watching porn. This is why I'm passionate about it. I can want to help out someone who's affected by it while also wanting to stop porn overall. And that's why I'm saying porn, because I'm not sure if it's going to reduce views. I've never had a live like this. But please listen to this story. At least, guys, both of you. When I was 12 years old, this is a touching story. For real. You're funny with the facial expression, but I swear this. My cousin, she was a DJ in Miami. I had seen her for Thanksgiving. She was showing me a set in Miami that she was playing. I asked her, hey, Nikki, why is your name different in the background? She's like, Jeff, whatever you do, don't look that up. I looked it up, and unfortunately, that was her stage name and not just her DJ name. And so I saw her with two guys. When I saw her with two guys, I never wanted to watch this shit ever again. So that's why I'm against it. I'm very against it. I don't know, regular porn and child. That's not even a question.
That's great, man. I think regular porn can lead to child porn. Me personally.
And here's the thing. Here's the sad thing. She went down a bad lifestyle from it, and then she ended up offing herself. So that's why I literally want to fight against it. But I can also want to help someone who has been touched upon it while wanting to fight against it. I hope you guys can both agree on that one. And that seems to be where the issue is. You act like I can't help someone who has been personally affected with.
But did your cousin commit a crime?
That's not what we're talking about. I'm just trying.
I'm
trying to let you know what I'm doing. Is what I'm trying to say.
I understand, but did your cousin commit a crime?
At least you listen to me. At least you guys both listen to me. I appreciate that.
Did your cousin commit a crime?
A moral crime. Some would say sex work is like I don't agree with any of this.
Okay, sure. Legally, did she commit a crime?
Oh, guys, what is the point? Like, at least I got to say my.
The point is you say you want to be there for somebody, but the difference is you're comparing your sister your cousin who did.
I'm not comparing
pornography videos to I want to be there for my friend who got caught buying and jacking it to child porn.
I was just.
Those are two completely different categories.
Whoever has a reasonable brain is watching this live.
He's been talking as if it wasn't, and that actually leads me to a great question. Do you think that it's any worse for an adult to watch child porn than it is for an adult to watch adult porn?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Okay, you do?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just checking. Considering like the whole.
Do you support the work I do with catching predators?
I think people who catch predators, I think what they do is great. I'm not going to lie. I am a fan of vigilante. But there has to be a certain limit.
You say vigilante? Are you talking about the pred slappers? Or are you talking about the get them arrested?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree. There's an extent. So you rock with like what we do when we get them arrested, right?
Yes, but like I said, there has to be a degree, like an extent, and at least we agreed on like vigilante justice. It sounds savage, it sounds cool, but at the end of the day, it's not promoting the best values because why are you like really hurting this person? Now, what they did was terribly wrong. What they did was terribly wrong. I can.
So do you support what we did with Mason?
Just so you're aware. Wait, hold on. Like Dean, just so you're aware, I can condemn the actions and the sinful actions while also condemning the stuff that follows up. Like multiple, like you can do that as well. Just so you're aware.
Hypothetically, if you had a daughter and God forbid she was abused and found her way into CSAM material and Hulo spent $25 on her CSAM material, would you want Hulo to go to jail?
That's a great question, bro. I see how you're asking things. But listen.
He's not going to answer.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer the question.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. I know.
Yeah, hypothetically, if I slapped the shit out of Hulo, would you try to stop me?
Well, why would you slap the shit out of him? Why are you the offender, bro?
I'd slap the shit out of him because he was jerking it to CP. Would you stop me?
Do two wrongs make a right?
Wrongs? Wait.
That's like asking about abortion.
Two wrongs? Wait. What makes it do wrong?
That's like two.
What did you do wrong?
No, because you're already saying that.
But what was the second wrong?
No. You were in that hypothetical. You were saying that he was watching it.
Oh, so wait.
The second wrong is then hurting someone.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Once again, is this video a hypothetical?
He's on mute, you Dean.
No, I keep getting calls. I just keep getting.
It's fair to say that's probably masturbating. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate you being honest about that, dude. I've jerked off at things that I'm not proud of you.
So in that video, when Hulo says that he was masturbating to something, do you know what he was masturbating to?
Because yet again, what is the goal of what you're doing?
Just to try to get you to admit that your best friend is a predator. Honestly.
Listen,
can you tell us? Do you know
am I to make that judgment, bro?
In that clip that we just listened to, can you agree that Hulo said he was masturbating to something?
Brother, you should go to law school too.
You just said something. Who am I to make that judgment? So, at what point? What has to happen for you to be like publicly? Okay, he did that. What would have to happen?
Let me say this, Gideon. I can condemn the sin. I don't think anyone should watch CP.
No, you can't condemn the sin. You have it this whole stream. Stop lying.
I literally just did, Dean. In case you're trying to paint this picture a different way.
Then say it. Then say that Hulo masturbated to CP.
I will not say that.
I know, because you
want to condemn the sin, but he doesn't want to condemn the sinner.
You're literally being purposefully a dumbass. I'm literally saying that I condemn the action of anyone viewing CP. That's
condemn
pretty clear.
Hulo.
I'm not going to condemn my friend.
Condemn Hulo's actions.
I can condemn the watching of CP.
So condemn Hulu's of CP.
I will condemn the watching of CP. That's where
So then specifically condemn it for Hulu's instance.
Holy shit, brother.
Can you do that?
What is the point of what you're doing?
Wait, okay, I'm going to ask you, would you be a bad friend if you condemn what he did but still want the best for him?
There's no point to what you're doing. I'm at least, like, I'm acknowledging that it is a sin. Bring legal judgment. I'm saying it's a sin.
Bro, of course you're not rendering legal judgment because you're not a fucking judge and a jury. We're asking you for your personal opinion. In your personal opinion, is that one of Hulu's sins?
Like, I'm not stupid enough to get you guys to make it.
Wait, can I ask you, what kind of law did you practice? Are you a criminal attorney or civil?
Criminal defense.
Criminal. Are you still a lawyer?
I just didn't renew my license. I moved out of state. So no.
Bro.
Okay.
He's not even a fucking lawyer. Like, what are we doing here? like, do you think?
Wait, Dean, just so you're aware, let me at least just ask you a question, buddy. Was Obama a president or not?
Yeah, Obama was a president. Yeah.
So does that still make him a president, or does that, when we refer to him, we do say President Obama, do we not? So that's why I'm still a lawyer.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Your logic.
Were you criminal or prosecuted?
But the reason why it wouldn't apply to you.
Once a president, always a president.
Jeff, were you criminal or defense?
Certified the bar exam, by the way.
Were you criminal or defense, Jeff?
Yeah.
Were you criminal or defense?
Criminal defense.
Okay, criminal defense. Okay. Have you ever represented somebody in a child pornography case?
No, that's why I'm not trying to act like an expert.
Oh, okay. Wait, also you're saying once a president, always a president, once a lawyer, always a lawyer? Yeah. Once a pedophile, always a pedophile.
So
no, that's not true.
Wait, hold on.
I'm talking about designate. Come on, no, you're literally, man, you are such a leftist, bro. It's wild.
Oh yeah.
You'll never grow up out of being a leftist. Do you know that there's like a middle? There's a middle you can be in.
Jeff, since you're a criminal defense lawyer, you know how legal cases work, right? So if you have a client who not only admitted on camera to some random YouTubers, but also admitted to the cops and the child pornography was found, what would you advise that client to do?
Why does my legal judgment matter? But I would advise no more talking about anything.
Let's say would you take a plea or would you take it to trial?
I'm not going to talk about what my legal strategy would be because my legal strategy doesn't matter. I'm not the lawyer on the case.
Are you going to represent? Are you going to represent him? Well, you're not barred in Florida.
Exactly. I'd have to take the bar again.
No.
But just so you're aware, Dean, my bar score was high enough on the first try, so I would be accepted in any state. But it's been a while since I took the bar, so I'd have to take the bar again. And there's no point. I'm not going to. Obviously, it's like I'm not a specialist in this. I'm not claiming to be a specialist. I'm not claiming to be a specialist in the law. I was at least good enough in law school to be a specialist in constitutional law and to be fifth in my class in law school. That's it. That's all I can say.
Do you know who Bruce Rivers is?
Bruce Rivers?
Yeah. He's a very high respected criminal defense lawyer. He has a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. I brought up this case to him and I told him all the parameters and I told him how he not only admitted to me, but he also admitted to the cops. And he said that, and I also told him that they found the child pornography. And you know what he told me? He said that he's fucked and that he should take whatever plea deal the prosecutors say to give.
Yeah. Also, the reason why the lawyer said he's fucked is because he admitted to it. Just to clarify, if that wasn't, obvious.
Oh, we didn't get that, Mr. Leftist, who wants to keep pushing his ABC narrative. And
CNN.
But why would you push him to admit to it and be honest about it, or would you just tell him to be quiet? Like, as a Christian, wouldn't the best policy be honesty?
It's a difference between being a Christian versus being a lawyer. I know there's different rules. You put on different hats at certain times in your life, brother.
Okay, so what hat's more important, your Christ hat or your lawyer hat?
That's a good one. This is a good philosophical question, to be honest with you. I'll agree with you on that.
It's actually a pretty fucking easy one. So,
which one's more important?
Yeah, this is why.
Since you didn't come to him as a lawyer, though. You came to him as a friend.
Maybe it cut out. I didn't hear what you guys were saying for a second.
I was saying you came to him to bring him to Christ, right?
Yes, but I also know when it's best to put certain hats on at different times. Yet again,
so if you guys are bifurcating the world,
why would you? Only two options at any given time. It is wild.
If you came to him to give him the Christ, why would you then put on your lawyer hat?
Maybe when you just fully develop your brain, Dean, first of all, and then you're out there, it's like you realize that alternate realities exist.
Hey, bro, Dean be quiet and you be throwing shots at him. Like, genuinely, I'm actually surprised. I thought you would be more mad at me for what I did, but like it seems like you're more upset with Dean.
Dude, Gideon, I pissed
bro, because at least Gideon, like, you're funny because you push your narrative, but you respect it to a little bit. Dean he doesn't give a shit. He's just gonna push his narrative all day. There's no alternate possibility.
No, listen, buddy. You know how many shits I give? Because I do give a couple. Can I tell you how many I give?
25.
25 max. Yeah, 25 max.
How'd I know what you're gonna say, Dean?
Well, because you know how much your friends spend on CP. That's how.
No, more so because I know how you think.
Actually, he spent a lot more on that. He spent a lot more than 25. I saw the PayPal transactions. Not good. Not good.
Oh, also earlier, I just wanted to clarify this. When I said the reason why he's fucked is because he admitted to it, you responded by saying, "Yeah, Dean, I get that." So just to clarify, you quote unquote get that your friend admitted to it.
Or people like sending you clips of it. It's like if I said something, it's like that's wild, bro. Trying to be very precise with what I'm saying, but at the same time, if there could be like overlap, I could have said it to a previous thing that you were saying. So come on, that's just wild. You're going to take everything.
Jeff, are you going to are you going to watch my full video of the interview I had with him?
If you want me to, I mean, man to man, I can do. Yeah, sure.
Or here, you know what, man to man. I mean, I'll DM you later. I'll send you the full 2-hour video. Would that change your opinion on anything if I sent you the full 2-hour video?
Listen, I'm not going to lie. Like, you guys can paint him and anyone can paint him a certain way.
I know, I'm not trying to paint him. I'm saying like a raw 2-hour interview. Would that change your mind in any way?
Give me like 3 sentences. Everyone can paint my friend a certain way. Okay? It's totally fine. And of course, like if I watch that stuff, there of course could be a different emotional response. But there is nothing that will make me ever change from the fact that I believe that no one is beyond redemption. And I'm going to just try to help out my friend at the end of the day. Of course, I'm staying quiet about certain things on this live because he has a case going on. I'm not stupid. You guys could keep the truth is better, Jeff. Listen, sure, for sure. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to put my friend in harm's way. I would never do that. I'm at least consistent with everything I've been saying. I'm trying to at least push people to God. And the goal is to get everyone to heaven at the end of the day.
It's okay to put your friend in harm's way when they put children in harm's way, just to let you know.
But this is making Christians look bad. Like a lot of people were saying...
It's really not, bro.
No, yeah, a lot of people were saying this is making us look bad.
Not really. It actually shows that a fully developed Christian wants everyone to get to heaven and not only some people.
When is Mason going to apologize to Livian?
I don't even know who that is.
You know who Livian is.
Is that her name?
You don't know... He's your friend and you don't know his ex-girlfriend's name?
Her name's not Livian.
It is. It's Liv.
Livia. You mean Liv?
Livia. Okay, my bad.
Okay,
Livia.
Yeah, that's not confused. I don't.
My bad. My apologies. When is he going to apologize to her?
I don't think he should contact her personally. That's just what I think.
Is it because she outed him or is it because of the other thing?
No, I just think that once an ex and once what's the point? Maybe years down the line for sure, but things are too hard.
Okay, do you think he was wrong for, he has a girlfriend and, do you think it's wrong for a partner to watch child pornography when they're in a relationship with someone else?
I will say this. I think it is wrong of anyone, no matter the sex, to watch pornography of any sex while in a relationship.
Do you feel bad for her?
Well,
does she have to go through this?
I feel bad for certain things, for certain individuals, for certain reasons, bro.
But do you feel bad for her?
You can feel bad for her and also feel bad for him. I feel bad for both of them.
Wait, what do you feel bad for her about?
You guys are, like I said, you bifurcate the world into only two.
No. That was a fair response. You say you feel bad for her and you feel bad for him. I'm just saying,
yes, exactly.
What do you feel bad for her about?
Listen, it's based on your implication of what you're just saying right there. I don't think I need to spell it out any further. She received death threats by outing that. People were calling her a liar. I received death threats too. I mean, bro, it's like, come on, we're on the internet.
But the difference is she received death threats for reporting him to the police.
That's not Mason's fault. Listen, that's just like male behavior.
It is his fault, though. You know it's his fault because he was reposting videos of people saying that he's innocent.
Let me finish.
And the fake screenshot. He put it on his story.
Guys, hold on. Let me finish. Come on. It's just male behavior, herd mentality. Guys are going to say stupid things when they're anonymous and can look, oh my God, the guy who's a misogynist can say this about males. It's like, yes, I can, because I don't think just black and white like you guys are thinking. That
so was Mason wrong in posting those fake screenshots? Because he told me on video those screenshots were faked and that someone just sent it to him and told him to post it. And he knew they were fake. So do you think he was wrong for posting those fake screenshots?
I'm not going to render judgment on that, bro. Like, come on.
You can't even say that's wrong?
Yeah,
bro, I'm not going to render judgment on it because I'm not going to do any damage to the case. Am I stupid?
Can I get like 30 to 40 seconds uninterrupted?
You got it, Dean.
Just depends.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I think this whole time that, we've been beating around the bush a little bit. And of course, the reason why is because you're pretty hard to get answers out of. But if, we're going to talk about, the brass tacks here, it's pretty simple. You're a piece of shit for sticking by your friend even after he got exposed for jerking his penis and masturbating to child pornography. You are
trying to get people to heaven.
I'm going to give you.
I'm going to cut you off there because I think I'm trying to get other people to and make people realize that people aren't irredeemable. That's all I'm trying to say.
Not all. Okay, thank you. You are also a piece of shit because you were unwilling to admit.
So you're throwing stones from a glass house, bro.
I'll wait. That's fine. You were also a piece of shit because you were unwilling to admit that he did it when he admitted to doing it.
I'm not going to, because he has a case going on. That's the reason why, dumbass.
Okay.
Like, this is so easy to counter every point you make.
Okay. So you said that
but you're not countering it because you're a lawyer and you're not even connected to the case. So what you say.
Oh my God, maybe my counter didn't fit the narrative of what your counter would be. That was my counter.
The fact that he has a case going on doesn't change anything. If one of my friends was exposed,
yes, it does change something, you dumbass. Because legally stuff I say can impact it.
How?
It should impact it. You should be serving as a witness for the prosecution. If you were a good person, you would be serving as a witness for his prosecution.
Where are you making that moral judgment?
Because good people don't align themselves with predators. Good people don't align themselves with people who engage in the institution of 30
I'm saying someone can be redeemable. I'm trying to say everyone can be redeemable.
The fact,
you are God, Dean.
Listen to me.
You can keep
and
on.
I am not acting as if I am. I'm not acting as if I am God.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And I'm not acting as if I am God.
Bro, you got me cortisol maxing here, bro.
We know the reason why you've been beating around the bush the whole time and not giving direct answers is because there's a case going on. But I will say it again. You are still yet. I understand that's why you've been acting the way you are. But that still yet makes you a piece of shit. Because if you were not a piece of shit, if you were a good moral human, you would actively be online advocating against him and everything that he stood for. And you would probably be talking to the state's prosecutorial team to serve as a witness if he doesn't plead guilty. You need to stand with the victims. You need to stand with the survivors. You need to stand with the children, and you need to stand with the sane members of society that unilaterally detest those actions. The fact that there's a case going on should not silence your ability to speak up and speak out about who this man is and what he's done. In fact, it should only give you more reason to speak louder, to tell us what we don't already know, and get him more fucking time in jail, more charges on the record, because people like that aren't safe. They're not safe.
Right,
the fact that there's a case going on doesn't shield you from anything. In fact, it gives you more reason to speak up louder.
I gave you 45 seconds?
Yes.
All right. I can have compassion and sympathy for the victims. All right, bro? That's a possibility as well, just so you're aware.
Not if you're unwilling to say that he's guilty. No, you can't.
You can't say he's guilty. You're not a court of law, bro.
Yes, we could use other means than courts of law to determine things in which are true. You idiots.
No. You said guilty, bro. You didn't say true.
The definition of guilty means to be responsible for. He is responsible for those actions.
There's a difference between rendering a legal judgment versus rendering, like you're talking about factual reality. Dude, you know that exists too. You can keep on saying, oh, you're grilling me and stuff, but it's like, no, just slow it down. Listen to what I'm saying. Maybe you need to slow what I'm saying down because you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is pretty easy, to be honest with you. I mean,
make it clear.
It's throwing me off all these freaking gifts.
You wanted 45 seconds. What's fucking easy? Tell us.
that I can also feel compassion and sympathy for the victims, while also wanting to help my friend be a better person.
What victims? You don't think victims exist because you don't think he did it.
I didn't. Holy shit, bro. You're literally you're worse than that woman who interviewed Jordan Peterson and literally put every question, like that viral interview with the purple background. Like, it's literally worse than that.
Yeah, bro, you could call me a woman because I'm holding your ass accountable. And the reason why you say that is because you know men are unwilling to do that. That is, you are a man that is unwilling to hold other men accountable. Therefore, you think the only people who do hold men accountable are women. And that's why you're calling me one. You're calling me a woman because I'm willing to hold shitty men like you and your friend accountable.
Online. Yep. I'll take it, bro.
You said it, not me, bro. You said it. You never used that.
Yo, Dean, Jeff, I got a question.
Can I just finish what I was going to say? Please, can I just finish what I was going to say first?
Okay, yeah, you got it.
I mean, this is kind of like my live and shit.
Wait, hold up. I'm sleepy. Oh, the hat went away.
Multiple things can exist at once. I can feel compassion for victims. I can believe that victims exist. Like, okay, Dean, you want to say I don't believe? No, I actually do. Obviously, victims exist in any circumstance where there's a morally wrong act. Obviously, there should be some type of punishment. And I'm also condemning the act. I'm also condemning the sin. I'm not talking about my friend because I don't want to put his case in any jeopardy. At least you acknowledge that. And so that's why I'm answering things in a very circumspect way.
How are you putting his case in jeopardy by saying that he did it? How?
Dude, that has to be the stupidest question I've ever
answer. If it's so stupid, it should be really easy to answer.
It's so stupid, I'm not going to answer.
Do you really think the prosecution is going to use what you say in this live stream against him?
Well, that's the thing, Gideon. That's not putting the case in jeopardy. That's making sure that the case is not in jeopardy.
No. It's not even that. Do you really think the prosecutors are going to use this live stream as evidence against your friend? Do you really think that?
Maybe you guys don't realize, but I'm not going to say anything that's going to harm my friend.
Okay. Now, I was asking you this. Do you think Liv should have talked to him before she went to the cops?
Let's be specific. Are you acting in this precise incident? Or are you saying girls in general? Please.
In this precise incident, do you think she should have talked to him before she went to the cops?
100%.
Even though he was abusive to her, and she told me the reason why she had to get out of that house is she told me that if she would have confronted him about that, she said there was no way I was going to be able to leave that house.
Listen,
very valid, by the way.
What I'm going to say is this. This is what I want to say. Okay. Generally, couples, when something bad happens where it leads to a breakup, should probably talk privately before anything goes public. That's all.
And what happened to Celeste? What happened to Celeste when she did that?
Bro, I don't pay attention to news like you. I'm not.
I know that Gideon does.
I don't even know who Celeste is. I'll be honest with you.
Gideon, what happened to Celeste when she told David that
he killed her?
In that relationship.
So, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Do you think guy? Hold on. I'll answer. Is that the D4VD guy?
Yeah.
You guys are talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I don't know much about it at all. Like, genuinely, I don't pay attention to stuff like that because I've been making my own different type of content and stuff. But obviously, like, I think he killed.
But here, this is my okay. I mean, you're a lawyer. Like you're a lawyer, so I'm not a lawyer, but bro, I do this for a living. None of my cases, and for everybody in the chat's like, who's this black dude? I catch child predators for a living, and we get them arrested. We just got a dude who had a bunch of child pornography sentenced to 40 years in Tyler, Texas. So I feel like I have a say in this because, I do this for a living. I get predators locked up. Now, you said she should have talked to him before she went to the cops.
Because I'm operating under the principle that I just said. That's why. I'm saying
okay, that's fine.
In general,
but listen.
Couples, and that's what I think.
Okay, so do you think a wife who found that her husband murdered somebody should talk to him about it first before going to the cops? Do you think that would be safe for her?
That's a good question. That's obviously different. And I didn't say that she shouldn't. I'm
just saying, do you think it's safe for someone who found somebody in a crime to talk to them about that crime?
Let's get at no one else around. Let's get at what you're getting at. There has to be a point in which you believe. It doesn't matter which sex, right? We have to hold consistent. It doesn't matter which sex it is. But there has to be a point in a relationship where it gets so bad that you can't privately speak to someone. For sure, there's definitely a point in any relationship, most likely between whatever sex, that exists.
But listen, so she would have talked to him if she went on his phone thinking that he was cheated on her. If she would have found him talking to another girl, she would have talked to him about that.
Brother,
if she would have went through his phone and found out that he was DL, she would have talked to him about that. But you wanted her to sit there and talk to him when she's seeing babies getting raped? What is there to talk about?
Listen, that's not what I'm saying.
Thank you for grounding like everyone in reality, Gideon. And I think that's needed.
It's your reality of your perception of reality, bro. Everyone's own perception. All I'm trying to say is, in general, couples should keep it between themselves. There has to be a point, of course. Like you said, if someone, like if the woman found out that the guy murdered someone, or if the woman finds the guy to be a violent threat, it's probably at that point in which she should go to the police. Now let's flip the sexes. You guys got to hold consistent. If a guy finds that a woman's a violent threat at a certain point, he should probably just go to the police as opposed to talk. But stuff that can be talked about that doesn't involve violence, that doesn't get to the point of that, I think should be settled between the. That's all I'm trying to say. And you're still trying to paint me in a bad light, Dean. It's like, how can you view that differently unless you're purposefully ignorant?
Think about what Gideon just said, bro.
Think about what I just said, bro.
Okay, let's think about what everyone just said. Yes, just think about it. You find out that your partner is watching videos of babies getting brutally raped. There's nothing to talk about in that scenario. That's not something that you just get coffee over.
How's there nothing to talk about in that scenario?
Because we already know.
Well, here, no. Here, you know what? Hold up. There is something to talk about. Listen. Jeff, I agree with you. There is something to talk about in that scenario.
Excuse me. A partner should want the best for the other partner if they want the relationship still. If they don't want the relationship, that's fine. They can talk about ending the relationship. But all I'm trying to say is,
Jeff, no, I just want to say this. You definitely should talk to your partner about that. And she did talk to him about that. But was she wrong in going to the police first before she talked to him about it?
I'm not going to answer that, dude. Come on.
Why?
Yet again, you guys are trying to trap me in some stupid. It's just the narrative that you guys got to keep on. Because
let's just depersonalize this.
No, hold on.
Let's depersonalize this away from
why can't I trap you in a certain area? I'm not trying to trap you in a certain area.
Because I'm not the one defending pedophile. You can't trap me. Okay? Because my beliefs align with common decency, common sense in the world around us. And I want to make that point clear. I'm not trying to trap you. Gideon's not trying to trap you. Your own belief. One moment. Your own
people can see the truth. All they need to see
is trapping
what you said.
Okay? You have put yourself in the corner by deciding to stand by a pedophile.
You're willfully ignorant, bro. You're willfully ignorant to your
own
language.
About what? What am I ignorant to?
To the language that you use. You're specifically using precise language to put me and paint me
such as pedophile? Such as pedophile, right? We do use that word to describe adults who jack off to 8-year-olds getting raped. We do. I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But we do use that word to describe that event.
You just want clips and views, bro. What is your point, bro?
Bro, you think you could give me views? You're fucking no one. Listen, I don't
That's not what I'm saying. Oh, you think
get the fuck out of here?
Dude, I gained 500,000 followers in a year, bro.
Yeah, and I made fucking 7 million. Who the hell are you? All right? It's not about followers. It's not about views.
When did you start?
It's about trying to get humans, men, just to be better for the world around them. When did you start,
bro?
I started in 2022. From 2023 until 2024. Sorry, no. From 2024 until 2025.
You made 7 million?
Yeah, 7 million followers.
Oh, I thought you meant $7 million.
No, followers. 7 million followers.
From your TikTok,
2024 until 2025. But that's not even the fucking point because we're not here to talk about followers. We're here to talk about the fact that good men align themselves with predators.
Bro, I'm someone who's actually trying to push for the teachings of Jesus. Like, just that no one is irredeemable. So you can say that I'm a no one all day. Was Jesus a no one?
Okay, but does that mean someone's irredeemable if they're in prison for life? Does that mean they're irredeemable if they're in prison for life? Yes or no?
Who am I? I'm not going to render judgment on someone like that.
I'm going to say no. Just because you're in prison for life doesn't mean you're irredeemable.
Okay, exactly. But I'm not going to render that judgment. You can render that judgment if you want. Who knows whether they're irredeemable?
Bro, you or I should render that judgment but that's what's going to happen to your friend. Whether you like it or not, he has priors. He ran over a homeless man. This isn't like his first offense or anything. He ran over a homeless man, and then he didn't even stop to check up on him. And he's on probation, and now he's caught with child pornography. Not only is he caught with child pornography, but he's caught lying, saying that it was all fake, and also making memes and jokes about it. That's your friend.
Bro,
that's the fact.
He ran over a homeless man?
I know.
Yes, he ran over a homeless man. Yes. He has a suspended license. He cannot drive.
Okay, so yeah, this guy is violent. He is an amoral deviant.
So technically, he's not a first-time offender. This is not his first run-in with the law.
He is a first-time offender. He was a kid when that happened, just so you're aware.
Wait, does that erase the offense?
I didn't say that, but you guys are really
then he's not a first-time offender.
No, but you guys are really keen on obviously like realizing that there's an age difference between those who can consent versus who can't. So he was actually
I got a kid arrested that was in high school.
Can he consent?
Fucking trying to meet up with a 12-year-old. He got his ass arrested. He's gonna get convicted soon.
Can he consent? Can
he consent to what? Can he consent to what?
Can he consent to sex?
Can a 17-year-old consent to sex? A 17-year-old cannot consent to sex. Yet when a 17-year-old intentionally targets a 12-year-old girl and attempts to force themselves on them, it is still yet rape.
You 12-year-old boy. You realize that you don't know whether a 17-year-old can consent because in certain states in America, in case you didn't realize, Dean, the age of consent is 16.
Yeah, so if the age of consent was 12,
so obviously, since 17 and 16-year-old they can consent. How about that? Is that news?
If the age of consent was 12,
you don't know everything.
If the age of consent was 12, would 13-year-old brides still be getting raped? Yes,
brother,
because the law doesn't dictate morality.
You're acting like you know. It's like, come on, bro.
You know I'm right.
You're a joke, bro.
Yeah. The only joke I see here is you and your 25 max brain cells. Get the fuck out of here, kid. Pipe down.
I just think it's so alarming.
I keep on running all this effort around you intellectually.
You're putting all this effort towards Mason.
I'll get there. I'm just starting, bro. I'm just starting to cook.
Have you ever tried to help out?
And then we can debate in person when you realize that I'm just about no one.
Have you ever tried to help out Liv?
Bro, why would I help out someone who my friend broke up with? That makes zero sense.
Because she had to witness child pornography on his phone.
You guys are just acting stupid.
And she had to be and you know what, I'm not gonna even put out there what else she had to do, but you know what else she's going through as well.
I feel like there gets to a point where I just have to turn this off. It's getting like ridiculous. You guys are just asking the stupidest thing. If you guys tried to listen to me or tried to put out a good message of just coming to God and just trying to come to and helping others too, but it's like, of course, the agnostic
who's more
never
in a situation, Mason or his ex?
Brother, you guys are just like doing the same thing. It's just like an endless.
Who's more of a victim, Mason or his ex?
Relentless. You won't give it up. You just won't give it up.
You won't give up, Mason. You won't give it up.
It's my life. I mean, I'm just chilling here, bro.
You know, he is out on bond now, so you know he's not going to be getting touched and jumped, but he is going to go to prison, and you know that. You might. Who knows? Are you going to be a character witness?
We don't know whether he's going to go to prison or not.
I do know he's going to go to prison.
Appreciate you, Vex.
Don't know that.
You don't take a child porn. You've never done a child porn case. You don't take child porn cases to trial because you know why? Here, I'll tell you, Dean. This is why you don't take chat. This is why nobody takes child porn cases to trial because when they find that stuff on your phone and you decide to take it to trial, what ends up happening is the prosecutors are going to pick they're not going to show the jury all the videos, but they're going to pick the worst, most grotesque, most brutal videos, and they're going to show that to the jury.
Well,
so video.
Hold on, let me just inform all of the viewers here. Just because that you think people come to a plea deal in most cases, which most likely is true if you look up the stats. I agree with you. I'm not denying what you're saying. But you do realize a plea deal can result in probation and stuff.
But you know what? I am not going to allow that to happen.
It's another possibility.
Listen, Jeff, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to allow that. Rehabilitation
is a thing, and probation is a thing.
Listen.
Time isn't
Jeff, I understand that, but Jeff, I'm not going to allow that to happen. You know why? I'm going to make sure that the county of Sarasota makes an example. I'm going to be using my audience, and I hope Dean uses his audience to pressure I think his name is Joshua. I forget his last name, but the head prosecutor of Sarasota County, we're going to pressure him to make sure there are no plea deals. I'm going to make them feel so much pressure.
Wait, hold on. That's funny. If you guys believe in the truth, why do you need to pressure him so much? Oh my God.
Because we're pressuring him to make sure he doesn't give him no light plea deal.
Coerce him.
No. We're going to pressure him to make sure he doesn't give no light plea deal.
Who's getting this on camera? Oh my God.
We're going to pressure him into not giving no light plea deal.
Listen, buddy.
Because your buddy's not going to take it to trial.
Jeff, I understand that you're crashing out, but to be clear, Gideon,
I wasn't crashing out.
Gideon never said that he wants to pressure the prosecutorial team to unfairly invade and infringe.
I'm pretty sure we have him
on his 4th and 14th Amendment rights to be prosecuted.
I said we're going to pressure the DA to not give any light.
And why do you need to pressure the DA? Why can't you just let the truth get out there, brother?
But
your logic against you. Oh my God!
If you take a
plea, I'm using your logic against
guilty.
You.
So you're being a dumbass right now. You're supposed to be a lawyer. If you take a plea deal, you're literally pleading guilty.
Holy shit! He said
so how are we tampering with it if he takes a plea deal? How are we tampering with that? If you take the plea deal, you dumbass.
I didn't say that. You said that you're gonna, dude. Of course, you're calling me insults now because you guys are
saying. You're a lawyer and you don't understand. How can you pressure?
I unfortunately just cooked both of you guys with your own logic.
You unfortunately didn't. So you unfortunately cooked the last of your brain cells because you're actually acting like a dumbass.
No.
So the reason why you didn't cook
that you listen, and that's funny that you only swear at me after I finally come back at you guys.
I could describe.
Okay. Is it a crime to pressure the DA? Is it a crime to pressure the DA to?
It just depends what you mean by pressure, bro. It's just what you mean by pressure.
Okay, what it means by pressure, by using my audience to tell them, hey, we demand that you give the max, 25 max. That's what I mean.
Listen. What Gideon's saying here is clear. You're quite obviously being insane. So given he pleads guilty, we want to ensure.
Why'd you mute him?
You muted me. So. All that Gideon is saying here, and the reason why you're so obviously misled, is Gideon is essentially saying that given Hulo pleads guilty, so therefore we know the truth.
Here,
that the prosecutorial team.
Listen. Are you going to put money on his books when he pleads guilty?
I'm just fucking with you guys. What's that?
Are you going to put money on his books when he plead guilty?
Brother, I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do procedurally or not. That's not we've gotten past this point.
Are you going to go visit him?
I'm going to stick to everything that I've been saying, bro.
What are you going to put on his commissary? How much are you going to give him? 25 max?
Bro, what is your obsession?
That was a good one, huh? That was a good one. That made you laugh.
The question is, what is your obsession?
Maybe you laughed about that one. That was a funny one.
There are many things in this. Oh, shit.
Bro, that's God fucking smiting you down.
Oh, smiting me. Maybe it is a sign that it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know. It's yellow now. But listen, that's awesome. Who brought light? God. Great. Yes, let's turn people to Christianity. That's great while we have the opportunity. We all want people to get to heaven. That's the only thing that I'm trying to get at the end of the day. You can hate me all you want, but I just want everyone to get to heaven.
So what would be the best way for Mason to get to heaven?
I want people to be saved. I want people to do better in this world.
What would be the best way for Mason to get to heaven?
I just want people to do better. I want men to take accountability. I want women to take accountability.
Whoa, wait.
You want men to take
accountability.
And I want victims.
You want men. So why wouldn't you have Mason take accountability?
I'm literally just trying to let you know what my platform is.
You literally just said you want Mason to take accountability. You say you want men to take accountability.
Yeah.
He's taking accountability, brother.
Speaking of men taking accountability, now.
So taking accountability would be not dragging out the court process and taking a plea on his arraignment, right?
Is this an example of a man taking accountability? Like this video where he admits it? Is this an example of a man taking accountability?
Like that you saw? Is that accountability to you? Jeff, is that accountability? Yes or no? You're smiling.
No, because I keep on trying to mute him. It's like I'm
Jeff, is him admitting that he jacks it to kids taking accountability?
Question, bro.
Is that accountability? Yes or no, bro?
I'm gonna say accountability. The private conversation we had about accountability, I think, matters the most because I can see where his heart is, and I can see that he genuinely wants to do better in his life. That's what I'm gonna say. I'll say that.
And I know I talked to him too, man. You know, we both talked to him. We both got the privilege of talking to him. He might have been a little bit more. I might have asked a little bit more hard-hitting questions than you did. I don't know if you want to hear about like his sexual preference and stuff. But I mean, what he told us is, hey, the regular porn wasn't hitting it anymore, so he wanted to try something different.
Listen, you could equate that to like addictions, right? Some people need harsher and harsher things.
Oh my
but
God.
That doesn't mean no. Listen, hold on, Dean. So someone with a heroin addiction say, "Fuck, heroin's just not cutting anymore. I gotta use meth." Well, that doesn't mean that person's beyond saving. It just means, unfortunately, they're turning to worse things.
The difference between drugs and child porn is that one involves small, innocent children and the other doesn't.
For sure, bro.
For sure.
Unfortunately,
can we see that?
Unfortunately, involves two parties. Unlike what I was just saying, where the drug addiction involves one. But that doesn't mean that you can render judgment on someone.
Is that a big difference, though? I think that's a big difference, right? One involves like child rape and whatnot. The other doesn't.
You're funny.
You say that you can't render judgment on somebody, but you literally said earlier if Mason had actually physically raped the child, that you wouldn't support him.
No, that I don't have the capacity to.
So wouldn't that be you rendering judgment?
No. I'm just letting you know what my capabilities are, bro.
So your cutoff point is jacking it to child porn. That's literally what your cutoff is.
Anything worse than that, it's no go.
I could define my cutoff point, and you guys will define it however you guys want. I could talk about it.
Okay, what is your cutoff point in child exploitation? What is your cutoff point?
Let me start with different things. Like, for example, if I knew that my best friend, I'm not saying hello, I'm just saying, let's say my hypothetical best friend out there, my hypothetical best friend committed murder, just full cold blood murder. It's like, that's really hard to defend. If he committed a crime of passion, where it's like his girl's cheating on him or his wife is cheating on him and sees him in bed, that's a mitigating circumstance. Could I defend him? It's not the best defense, but I could probably be there for him. Like, there's certain degrees and gradations within every type of like serious crime in which I believe one has the capability or capacity to defend someone versus not. And for
what is your thoughts on trans people?
What does that matter, bro?
I'll let you know. What are your thoughts?
Would you be friends with a trans person?
If one of your friends came out and said, I'm trans, and they wanted to transition, would you stay by them and defend them against people?
I'm not going to answer that. That's for damn.
Bro, answer.
Wait, whoa. You're not going to answer? So is that a cutoff point? Is one of your friends turning trans a cutoff point?
I don't believe in make-believe. That's how I'll answer it.
So just answer the question.
So you don't believe in make-believe, but you don't... So make-believe is a no-go, but child porn you can defend.
No, I didn't say that. I just personally wouldn't be friends with that person.
Oh my God.
So you will be friends with somebody jacking it to child porn, but you won't be friends with... That's not what I'm saying.
Hold on, that's not what I'm saying.
With a trans woman?
Hold on, chill out. I can at least address people as people. I will always address people as people. I'm not no better than anyone else.
So is a trans person a person?
I'm just saying...
I have a question. Do you still consider yourself to be friends with Hulo?
Yeah, why wouldn't I, bro?
Okay, so if Hulo came out as trans, you drop them as a friend. But if Hulo came out as a pedophile that jacks it to children, you will not drop him as a friend.
No, you had asked me a trans person.
That's crazy, bro.
No, bro.
That's
I specifically said one of your friends.
He asked me a new trans person. He didn't say whether if a friend transitioned. There's a difference there.
I said if one of your
there's
friends.
Obviously going to be a difference there.
I said one of your friends.
No, you didn't. You said before. You just said a trans person, bro. So if you said if I had a pre-existing relationship with the trans person or with a person, and then they transitioned, of course
I said if one of your boys said, "Yo, man,"
I'm not going to go seek out trans people and be friends with them. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, would you continue being friends with one of your friends if they came out as trans?
Be friends with pedophiles either.
Would you continue being friends with one of your friends if they became out as trans?
Listen, I'm going to answer it this way. I'm not going to seek out friends who are pedophiles. I'm not going to seek out friends who are trans. I'm not going to seek out friends who are.
Okay, that's fine if you're not going to seek them out. Hold on. But I'm saying if one of them comes out to me.
Even say the two in the same bracket.
Let me finish. I'm not going to seek out friends with a different mindset than me. I'm not going to seek out certain friends of a certain, like, there's so many different levels to friendship and stuff, bro.
Okay, so one of your friends right now, he's already your friend. He says, hey, I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. And he transitions. Are you dropping him?
Well, no, because I had a pre-existing relationship with him.
Okay, so you'll stay with him.
I'm just not going to seek out.
Okay, would you defend him? Would you? Because you know your community would be going at him like crazy. Would you be defending him on live like you are your other friend? Would you be defending them?
Huh?
would you defend them on live?
Yeah, you know,
well, defend them from what? What did they do?
From hate, from people saying, "Hey, you're not really a man or a woman." Would you defend them?
I can have it's shocking to you guys, but I can have my own personal beliefs about my own personal friend versus my beliefs that I put out there.
So would you defend them on live like you are right now?
Brother, I literally just answered your question.
No, you said I can have my own personal beliefs to myself, then separate than what I would put out there. So I'm saying, would you put out there that you're defending them? Yes or no?
That's my answer, bro. How can you not understand that answer?
Okay, my bad. Here, can you put it in more layman terms?
It's not layman terms, bro.
I'm uncultured.
If I had a pre-existing relationship with someone and they did something that I don't necessarily agree with, I can still continue a friendship. But if I'm going to seek out a friendship, I'm probably not going to seek out a friendship where I'm seeking out a friendship with someone who did something wrong from the jump. There's obviously a difference there. You guys,
but never said from. But that was never one of the options given. It is your friend. They just transitioned. I'm asking, would you help defend them against people coming at them? Would you defend them? Yes or no?
I just answered that by saying that I would keep my friendship with those people. So,
but keeping your friendship doesn't mean you can keep a friendship with somebody. Like, you could have kept your friendship with Mason and not defended him publicly.
For sure. But he listen, when someone's in need and I can see someone has a pure heart, why not help out that person?
Pure heart? He jacked into kids and ran over a homeless person. You're sick, bro.
His life isn't defined by one incident, shockingly, Dean. How about that?
Guess what?
It's defined by 2 incidences.
Yeah, it's defined by 2. 20. How about 25 max?
You're just being stupid. You're a fucking dick, though, to be honest with you, because you're trying to say that one person.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, you're saying that one person is one moment in their whole life.
Well, that's what I am saying.
You know what?
Did you
run over a homeless person and you don't
have you never made a mistake in your life?
You might be an asshole, but I can forgive that. Then later on,
have you never made a mistake in your life?
Jacket the kids.
Have you never made a mistake in your life?
Misinformation about your ex-girlfriend.
Are you defined by that single mistake for the rest of your life?
Yeah, so I take a mistake.
So what mistake do we judge him for? Do we judge him for the?
That's not what I'm not talking about.
Or do we judge him for the running over the homeless man?
Mistake in life.
Okay, here. Which one do you think is worse, the CP or the
I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking whether you made a mistake in life.
Yeah,
I have made a mistake in life. Yeah.
But I take a mistake to be something bad that you do unintentionally, not like intentionally dragging.
What were you saying, Joe?
Hold on. I don't know what that shit is. I don't listen. At least I appreciate that you said that you have made a mistake in your life, but I would never hold you to just that mistake, bro. Like, that's unfair of me as a person, even if I don't like you, and you too, Dean. Even if I don't like you, like, you apparently said the N-word once. And it's
so when I was 14, I did use the N-word.
Does that make you a racist? That doesn't make you a racist. Hold on.
Yeah, I could explain.
Chill out. Let me answer that. That doesn't make you a racist.
Okay.
That just makes you a person who made a mistake, and that doesn't define your whole life.
Sure.
At least, look, Gideon's here talking with you. It's like he's not against you because you're allegedly
racist. Dean, you said the N-word?
Look how I just almost cooked you.
Hold on. I don't want to be on a stage with a racist.
Oh, shit.
Just like I don't want to be on stage with a pedo defender. Ugh. What the fuck? You're on stage with a racist and a pedo defender?
Two terrible people.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Trent, by the way. Keep texting.
I'll probably respond to this now. I think that's a good thing. So, yeah, when I was 14, I did respond to a white friend that had sent me a Fortnite edit.
You don't have to be such a cuck to explain every incident in your life.
Sure.
You're not defined by just one incident, just so you're aware.
No, what I'm saying is that
you're
was
being
bad.
a cuck.
Well, I think I'd rather be a cuck than a pedo defender.
No, dude, I'm not. Literally, just because
I'm not. You can't even fucking deny it because you know it's true.
No, that's not what I'm saying, bro. But you're like, if you want to hold that logic, then you're a racist. And why are you here?
I could tell you why that's false, but you won't let me.
Because I'm saying
you're a cuck.
Yeah, because you don't need to say it because everyone knows better. You're not just that one incident in your life.
Okay,
but if you have one child porn video, it's still unexcusable. But when you have 15 separate videos found on your phone, like when do we get to judge you for like? Do we have to just take all 15 videos as one incident, or can we judge them individually?
What's that, bro?
Do we have to judge because this is a fact? They found 15 videos. Do we have to judge the 15 videos inclusive as one incident, or do we have to judge them differently?
That's a good question. That's a good question. It just depends on the dates and stuff like that. I think that's a fair question.
Because he would re-up, like I think he re-up 2 weeks later. So he bought from one dude. Then there was another thread that hasn't been made public that I have, where he bought from another dude. Those are the two I personally seen.
Listen, I don't know the timelines, so I don't want to.
Here, I'll tell you this. This is what he told me. He told me on video that he curated his ex to where he would reply to. He literally liked the post where it was two girls that looked 10 years old, and the post caption said, "Let us rate your dick." He liked it, and I asked him, "Why did you like that?" And he was like, "Because in the replies they have CSAM links, and you hit on those, and it takes you to Telegram." And he said, "I would like those and interact with those, so that way I could get different CSAM links so I could buy it." That's what he told me. So at what point is it separate incidents, or is it all just one inclusive incident?
It's a good question, bro. I think that's a great question.
Okay, in that scenario I just told you, because you know I'm not lying to you. Brother to Christ, I promise you right here in the Bible, God strike me down right now, my soul would be eternally damned. That everything I just said is true, and that is what he said. So,
I mean, look, if independently I could talk about it for sure, but I'm not going to talk about it on stream and possibly harm anything with the case. That's the only reason why I keep on answering like this. It's not because I'm stupid. I'm actually the smarter one here and trying.
Okay, so after this case is over, will you talk more about it, or are you going to just drop it?
Yeah, for sure. I could talk more about it if you want me to. Yeah.
Why don't you want to help prosecute him? I mean, you know he's guilty. We know he's guilty. Help us prosecute him.
You know what? I just thought of something actually.
So do you not believe in a public defender, bro, or do you not believe in someone receiving a right to counsel or having defense at all?
He still has a right to counsel, regardless of what you say.
So no, what I'm trying to say is, if you want the people to push for the prosecution as max as they can, why can't people push for the max defense as well? Why are you only on one side, brother?
Well, is he buying a lawyer, or is he getting a public defender?
Well, I'm not going to tell you any details.
I want to clarify. There's actually nothing wrong with like him having a lawyer. In fact, I do think that the accused should have lawyers, especially to incentivize the state not to engage in constitutional rights violations. So then the cases are thrown out. That's actually a really important piece that not a lot of people think about, is a really good reason why even the guilty should have a lawyer, is to prevent the state from infringing on the guilty's rights, getting the case thrown out. So that's a good thing. But you're not his lawyer.
One thing,
like, do you understand that you're not his lawyer?
Huh?
You understand you're not his lawyer, right?
That's totally fine. Yeah, but
so now that you understand that you're not his lawyer,
still be very
why don't you
careful
help
with
us
what I say.
prosecute?
I can still be very careful with what I say.
Why? To help him? Why do you want to help him?
As much as you believe in the prosecution getting the max prosecution, I believe in the defense getting the max defense.
Why?
I was a defense lawyer because I was a defense lawyer.
You know what this tells me is that he'd be happy with Hulu walking free. That's what it tells me. You would be happy if somehow Hulu walked free. If you didn't want Hulu to walk free, well, then you would happily help the prosecution.
Said that. Hey,
you did.
I never said that. No,
you did.
You said the N-word. I never said that, but you said the N-word, bro.
So yeah, I did say the N-word when I was 14, and guess what? He jacked off to 14-year-olds, and you're still sitting up here defending him.
Nope. The youngest age was 6.
God, dude, that's just gross, man. Like, I don't know. How could you possibly like sit here and say
you're literally not
even
listening to anything? Because you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Jeff, would you be down to hop on my stream tomorrow?
Purposefully obtuse.
Jeff, would you be down? You don't have to say any damning statement. Would you be down to hop on my stream tomorrow and I play the video for you?
What's that going to do, bro? I'm not going to say it like this.
I know you're not going to say anything.
Hold on. Can I say something?
I was just wondering. Can I just let me say something?
This live video. Wait, just so you guys are aware, this live was never supposed to be like this. It was just an update on my life and about the situation.
Okay, you know what? Hold up. Earlier you were talking about committing suicide. Like what
I know, bro, and that's why I was just trying to update my followers about that. So listen, I called a Catholic suicide hotline. Genuinely, that's something I'd never do. But guys, if whoever's Catholic in here and whoever needs mental health help, I called the Catholic suicide hotline. It was an older guy who answered, but God bless him, he was a very, very helpful young man or old man. He sounded like a young man because he took everything I said into consideration and he gave me genuine advice and honestly gave me hope. So sometimes someone just needs hope. And that's what the message I'm trying to put across. I got that hope back in my life. Like genuinely, I turned this phone off. I have 4 phones. The other one I used because I didn't want to call a suicide hotline with this number and I was driving.
You know who you're not giving hope?
Bro,
survivors of sexual violence.
Bro, that's come on, bro. I'm just booting you.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm honest. Womp,
dude,
womp.
it's not that. It's so you have to steal. No, what you have to steal what I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to instill hope.
I'm sorry that I'm honest. Womp womp. Cry. Dude, are you gonna cry? No, can we get 25 tears max?
Dude, you literally just sound really immature, to be honest with you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm honest.
You just sound immature as shit. You're just really immature.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can mature. You can't call me false because you know it's true. You know it is absolutely.
I'm not trying to call you false, but I'm trying to call you immature because you interrupted me talking about
victims of sexual violence.
Shut up, dude! You literally interrupted.
Can you call me wrong?
You literally interrupted me talking about trying to give people who have really dark thoughts and suicidal thoughts hope. Like, that's wild to push that narrative. You can push it after, and I can agree with you after, but at least allow me to finish what I'm trying to say to instill hope in others who've been in a dark spot.
You cannot simultaneously be defending a pedophile while attempting.
That's ridiculous. All I'm trying to do is give hope to others. Let me finish, bro.
So all I did, defending Preds, bro.
I went on a Catholic suicide hotline. I thankfully got my mental health back, and who would I be? I'd be a terrible role model if I off myself, right? Because then it's like Mason would see that. And it's like, come on, that would be what he would think. And that's why I don't want people to get to the point where they have those dark thoughts, okay? And you guys are pushing so much hate onto Mason, like, to give him these dark thoughts. And that's just not fair. He may have done wrongful acts. And I say may have. I didn't say he did, but he may have done wrongful acts. But that doesn't mean that he deserves to have the worst mental health in his life where he's going to off himself. Come on. Like,
I'm sorry.
We can all care for other human beings.
Actions have consequences. Boo fucking who. Listen, I don't care if this is like not PC or controversial. Boo hoo. Actions have consequences. If he gets hate for jerking it to 6-year-olds, then so fucking be it. He should. Because guess what? In society, we need to stigmatize fuckers like him because that's the only thing that we can do to reliably prevent more of them from existing in the future. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. That's how we protect children. And my number one priority here is not protecting Hulo's mental health. It's protecting children.
Jeff, would you come on a Pred Catch with me?
It depends on the details, to be honest with you.
Like, we're going to go catch a 18-year-old trading child pornography. Would you come and help?
Like I said, it just depends on details. If you give me the details of something afterward, it just depends on the details.
Okay. You know, this whole conversation has been, just very eye-opening and stuff like that. And you know what? I have to say one thing, man. You have some of the biggest kahunas I've ever seen. Like, I mean, and I just want you to know.
I appreciate that because
you know this deep down in your heart.
It takes a point for a man to.
Mason would never do this for you.
Yeah, listen.
You going on this limb for him? He would never, and I mean never, do this for you.
Well, you don't know that, first of all. And,
I do know.
Second of all, I appreciate you saying that. No, I mean, I don't think you do, bro.
I do
because
know.
People can change.
How long have you even known Mason for?
Well, I don't need to answer any of this stuff. But
you can't even say how long you've known him for?
We've at least, we followed each other and stuff like that. I don't have to tell you since when or anything like that.
Are you guys, like, actually friends? Or, like, is it just, like,
no,
you
I'm just a fake
I'm
honestly an apparition. I'm AI, to be honest with you guys. I'm not even real.
Yeah, you got clown. Like, I mean, you have a clown on your face, bro.
I mean, they're doing a good job, I guess. Thanks for the clown. I don't really care, honestly. It doesn't bother me.
This is where I'm coming at. You're spending all this time defending him, telling everybody.
Bro, listen, all I did was to come on the live to update about my mental health. I just stayed on longer because you guys are on here. And I'm defending him, of course, because he has a chance to be saved, just like everyone else does.
Okay, yeah, okay. What about this life? Are you trying to save him for this life or the next life?
I hope that everyone reaches eternal life, to be honest.
Okay, no. When you are you trying to save him for this life or the next life?
Bro, what kind of question is that? As many lives as possible, I guess. I mean,
so you're also trying to save him in this life, right?
What is the point of what you're getting at, bro?
The point of what I'm getting at is you're saying I'm trying to get everybody to heaven and stuff like that. And that's well and dandy. But the fact is he needs to be in prison for a long time, and you don't want that for him. You don't want him to be in prison for a long time.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, your actions have shown.
I can't say what his punishment should be. I think he should be rehabilitated is what I think, bro.
Exactly. So you think he should get probation. Just say it. You think
I didn't say that, but I think he should be rehabilitated. I think that's
Bro, you want him to get probation. You want him to get a suspended sentence, time served, probation. That's what you want.
I just want him to receive the just.
Do you think he should be on the sex offenders list?
I just think he should receive the just punishment. You guys are really doing a great job of trying to clip me.
Well, the just punishment, the max is 75 years. So should he receive 75 years?
I think he should receive the just punishment.
Dude, oh my God, bro. Listen, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop Gideon.
Peace out, Dean.
It's a pleasure. Host, last thing I'm going to say here just before I drop is you've dug your own grave. Your social media career is fucking over, and I'm happy it is. You deserve the hate that you've gotten, and you deserve the hate that you will get. And you are a sad, despicable disgrace to men. A sad, despicable to men.
Just us two, Jeff.
Look, I don't have as many problems with you apparently as I have with him, but at least I appreciate you saying things and you allowing me time for certain things. And at least
Jeff, I really want you to see the full video and all the things he admitted to.
Brother, I've seen a lot and I've known a lot.
But you haven't seen it's 2 hours. Like, Jeff, I would genuinely, man, I would hop on a call with you, not record it or anything, and play you the full 2 hour video.
What's the point, bro?
The point is,
don't you think I've seen it? I mean, what's the point?
No, you haven't seen the 2 hour video.
Well, why do you think that?
How would you have seen it?
I've been staying up. Or are you saying an unreleased video?
The unreleased video.
Oh, okay. I thought you had released a 2 hour video.
No.
Whatever you want me to do, but listen, it doesn't. It's never going to change the stance that I've been trying to stick to, which is that no one is irredeemable.
Redeemable. I believe everybody can change, but okay. I believe everybody can change the same way that I believe, there's a possibility a rattlesnake can bite me and I won't die. It's a slim chance, but, hey, it's still a possibility. Sex offenders reoffend all the time. I catch sex offenders all the time.
That's a fair statement to make. I'm not against that. And that's sad. That's really unfortunate. But
and the crazy thing, whenever a sex offender is caught, like in Mason's case, you know what he said about his 10-year-old sister?
What did he say, bro?
You know what he said? He said that he hopes that she turns into a hot anime girl when she grows up.
Well, I think you could understand there's context behind every statement. Obviously, like certain statements people say to troll, certain statements people say in certain different emotions. It just depends on.
Okay, but isn't that an alarming statement to make when your 10-year-old sister
I think that
is when you have child pornography and you have a 10-year-old sister?
Bro, here we go again with these narratives that you want to push and stuff.
It's not bro. But the thing is, though, is like
no. I'm just saying in the sense that you're trying to get me to say something, and after you phrase a certain specific way, it's like obviously I know what the answer that you want is, and as I see where you want me to go. It's like, but come on, there's a different way to like. I'm trying to say to you, of course, like maybe things said with different emotions at certain times probably aren't the best said. That doesn't mean I don't back up I've never said I back up every statement that he's made. I'm not going to just back him up with like willfully ignorant to certain things. I'm going to make sure I take everything into context. But I want to back up his soul to the point where I know that he's a redeemable human. That's what I'm trying to say.
You know he had a video in his phone where a grown man genitalia and to what the prosecutors, the detective said is either a 6 or 8-year-old girl. And the girl was screaming in pain, and she covered her face and began to cry. How does that make you feel hearing that video?
Hearing about any of that type of stuff is very sad. I condemn all that type of content, bro.
The thing is, though,
that's why I made the app that I did.
So you condemn it, but your homeboy admitted to jacking it to that.
But okay, once again, I'm going to stick to this. The sin is different from the sinner. Hate the sin, give help and hope to the sinner.
But what has he done to show repentance?
We've had personal talks, and Hold on, Gideon. I think he definitely needs some guidance as far as that goes. I think he needs to get associated with the church. And I'm okay. Like, that's because I'm Christian and stuff. I'm Catholic.
So do you think it would be best for him to be around kids?
Well, I never said that. I'm not going to make a judgment on that. Do I think it'd be best around kids? It's just like, I think what would be best for him, I can at least say a good environment. A good environment would be like self-development in isolation. Like, we need to work out together. We need to get stronger mentally together, stuff like that.
But bro, he's on roids. He's on roids. He works out. All of this. He does the looks max and stuff. He had a girlfriend. Literally has everything in life, and he still is attracted to children. So what is working out? What is it that
I don't know whether he's attracted to children or not. Just because someone sees something, I don't know whether that's an attraction or not. And you don't know that judgment either. And it's like, because we've all seen some weird stuff in our lives, we've looked twice at things because it's like, oh, that's weird as shit.
Okay, here, I'll ask you this. Okay, you say it's one thing you watch something, but would you jack it to something that you're not attracted to?
Listen, I just don't even do that stuff, to be honest.
I know you don't. You don't watch porn, and that's great. But I'm saying, hypothetically, would you jack it to something that you're not attracted to?
I think my capacity to do that is different from someone else's capacity. Someone could be more morally depraved. I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah, so
I see what you're getting at.
And that's the point. The point that I'm trying to get at is...
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Okay, like, is your dick going to get hard for a dude?
No.
Okay, it's going to get hard for a woman, right?
For sure.
Okay. And like a gay dude, his dick's not going to get hard for a woman, but it's going to get hard for a dude. And a pedophile, his dick's going to get hard for a kid.
See, I mean, most pedophiles probably, I guess so.
So his dick got hard for a kid, and he jacked it.
Well, I'm not going to speak on specifics with him, but I'm going to say with most pedophiles, for sure, you're probably right.
So the point that I'm getting at is, you're saying, I don't know if it's an attraction to kids. How is it not an attraction to kids? And you got people in your comments. What do you think about these people saying Chad does what Chad wants?
Oh, I don't agree with that. Listen, I can hold right-wing beliefs for certain things and left-wing beliefs for certain things. Saying Chad does what Chad wants is just some stupid TikTok language in which it implies that men can avoid accountability in situations. But then again, I'm on the other side of the spectrum where women can't just avoid accountability for things too. So I think people need to be held accountable for everything. And that's why I'm saying I can condemn the sin. I can condemn the person who has done the wrongful act, but I can also have hope and faith that they're going to change, that they want to change, if they show a willingness to change, if they have an open heart. That's all.
But you keep on saying accountability. Accountability is admitting when you're wrong.
For sure. For sure, yeah.
And you know the crazy thing about it is he was